Hello guys, my name is Margarita and this is how I'm going to teach you on the 5 methods on how to solve the quadratic equation. So first of all, we have the 5 methods. We have the extracting the root square, the factoring, the graphing, and also the complete square, and the last one will be the quadratic formula. So this video is going to teach you on how to solve, and you are going to see some examples that will help you on your reference when you are getting to learn. So I will see you guys later. First thing is the extracting the square root. Extracting the square root is really easy because it is the first method. So we need to do the 4b squared minus 225 equals 0. So we need to simplify the variable first, which is the 4b squared, and then the 225. So we are going to divide them both by 4, and we are going to see the results later. The radical sign is for us to square root the answers that we got on simplifying them. Now the answer will be b squared equals 225 over 4. Now in this next step, we are going to extract the variable, which is the b squared, and also the 225 over 4. As you can see, I did put letter b because we did find the square root of the b squared with the radical sign. The next is 225 over 4. They are both perfect squares, so the answer will be 15 over 2. The next method that we are going to use is the factoring. So we have there the factors, and for us to solve factoring, we can use the perfect square and also the trial and error method. For this one, I did use the trial and error method, which is I did found the factors, and I used 2 and 14 to have negative 12x. Therefore, the answers are going to be the 2x and the negative 14x. So what I did is the x plus 2x and the x minus negative 40. For correction, please remove all the x's on the both sides. As I said before, we are going to exclude both x's so we can find the true answers and the square root. The next method is the graphing. We are going to use the tabular method, and with negative 3, negative 2, negative 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. You need to substitute the numbers with the variable x. And also you can see the example on below. For this method, you need to see the value of y on each number that you have example. These clips will show you on how to substitute all the numbers with the equation, and then on how to get all the numbers or the values of the y. This part is the negative side and all of the solutions with its value. And then on this side is the values of y with the positive side. And this is the solution of the table with the y value. So now we are going to do the completing square. We have the equation of x squared plus 12x equals 0. So what I'm going to do here is the format on how to solve it. We are going to do the x squared plus 12x plus blank equals 0 plus blank. After that, you are going to divide the middle part with 2. And then the answers will be 6 squared, and also the other side will be 6 squared. So we are now got the answers. The x squared plus 6x plus 36 equals 36. Now this one is kind of tricky, which takes me some time to answer. Since we do the quadratic equation, we are going to use the factoring on this method. So we have the perfect square of x squared and also the 36, which can lead us to x plus 6 quantity and x plus 6 quantity. To get the square root, we are going to use the x plus 6 equals 36. Transfer the 6, so it will be x equals 36 minus 6, and the square root will be x equals 30. The last part that we are going to do is the quadratic formula. So I have the equation here, which is 4x squared minus 8x equals 3. I labeled it with A, the 4, negative 8 with the B, and 3 with the C. So it will be negative 3 because we need to transfer the C to the other side. Now we are going to do the format of the quadratic formula, which is the x equals minus negative 8 plus or minus negative 8 squared, negative 4 times 4, and negative 3. Next thing that we are going to do is put the over with 2 times 4.
I know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home. Know that you're coming back home in the morning.
Now in this part, we have the x equals 8 because it is both negative. So we have the plus and minus 64. And we are going to continue to times the negative 4 with 4 and negative 3. So we are going to have negative 48. Also, don't forget to put the radical sign when doing the square root. So now in the third part, we are going to simplify it more further. So what I'm going to do now is 8 equals 8 plus or minus 112. Since 8 and 112 are not perfect squares, we are going to leave it as it. Now, since 112 is not a perfect square, we are now going to solve it, but we cannot solve it because 112 is not a perfect square. So, this is the part that we are going to stop and leave it as that. So our final answer is x equals 8 plus or minus 112 over 8. So I hope you guys enjoyed my teaching process, and I hope you enjoyed the 5 methods. Goodbye!